Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another session of Good Night Meditation. Today, we're going to explore the topic of feeling completely safe. For most of us, over the last few years, there's been quite a few areas in our lives where there has been a feeling of insecurity triggered, whether it's in safety of our bodies or safety of the family, or our financial situation. A variety of things have become very unpredictable. And so one of the things that spirituality can bring is a different perspective or a higher perspective, which can help in these times to bring a certain level of stability and constancy if we're willing to explore it and practice tuning into it. So today, we're going to look at what brings about this feeling of insecurity, or what could be triggers, and then what are the solutions for working to let those triggers dissolve, so to speak. So first, when we think about it, if we take a moment and just think about what are the triggers for fear in our lives. Most of us could say that, things that are going to put our body in harm's way could be a big trigger for fear. Uncertainty can be a big trigger for fear, whether it's uncertainty about our body safety or family safety, safety of our home, finances, all these things can be factors that can trigger fear. And even simply just the amount of change that's been in our lives, the unpredictability, all these factors I think can be triggers for most people. So what is a solution? If we say just simply to have a shift in awareness can bring about a feeling of safety and security. It sounds very simple, but it's also very powerful. And in Raja Yoga meditation, one of the aspects that we explore is seeing what is it that makes us crave this stability in our lives, and what is it that makes us so unstable when we can't have it. So one of the things that's helpful is to see that as human beings, the spiritual part of ourselves, this what we call the soul, is an immortal being, is a being that cannot be harmed, can never be done away with. But because we have lost touch with that awareness, there is a search in the world for immortality of the body. So if we look at what we're doing in our lives to prolong the physical life of the body, it's in a way searching for that immortality that already exists within each of us. So tuning into that truth and experiencing and remembering that truth is very empowering to the soul, to the self. So one of the practices in meditations is about coming back to that awareness and that experience of the immortality of the soul, that complete safety where no one and nothing can ever harm the soul. And so let's take a few moments to see if that shift of awareness can happen through this practice together. And then we can explore it throughout the rest of the week and maybe the rest of the month if you'd like to see how it can have a powerful impact on how we see and face and deal with the world. So as always, sitting alert, keeping our back straight. Take some deep breaths to bring our awareness into the present. Relax the muscles of the legs, the back, and the arms. The shoulders and the face. Bring the awareness to the being behind this costume of the body that's seeing through the eyes. This invisible presence that's making sense of what is being heard through the ears. Is this eternal, immortal being of invisible, sentient light that has always existed and will always continue to exist. This truth something that all of us have experienced at some time. So just remembering and re-invoking the experience of this reality. What would it feel like to live knowing this being is eternal and can never be harmed? And what if, along with this awareness, there was awareness of the home that exists beyond this physical dimension, that is also an eternal space of safety, that is always there and can never be done away with. And this space is filled with silence and stillness. Also, a very loving energy of the spiritual family of souls. Who are also all immortal beings. And along with that is the presence of our spiritual Father, Supreme Soul, who never forgets this truth, that He, as well as all the souls of the world, are all safe, immortal beings of light. And because He stays in this awareness, we too can remember this truth as we experience His company. We realize we are like Him. And as we hold this awareness, when we come back into the physical world, there's a feeling of stability and knowing that all is well, regardless of what's happening on the stage of the world, where there is unpredictability and change. There can be a feeling of lightness, just like a child interacting with the playground, knowing he has a home and a family that is always there to return to. So experiment as we go about the rest of the evening and the rest of the week. If taking a few moments every now and then to connect to the simple truth of the immortality of the soul and the eternity of the home. Helps us to be in that experience of safety and security. Enjoy your practice. Have a good evening. Om Shanti. Good night.